Out of all my tiki mugs, this is probably one of my favorites. It's a moai from Trader Dick's from Sparks, Nevada. I love this thing. And you know what? I found it for $10 at a thrift shop. That's just it. If you want to find some of the best tiki treasures out there, you don't need to go on eBay. You don't need to pay a lot of money. You just got to go to your local Goodwill and get on your knees and start looking through all the random items that you'll find. Today we're going to talk about tiki thrifting, where to look and what to look for on Tiki with Ray. Hi everyone, this is Ray, or some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray. Now welcome to my tiki bedroom. I like to call it Tiki with Ray's Tiki Hideaway. I'm here with my good buddy Travis. He is a tiki carver from Everett, Washington, which is above Seattle. And today we are going to talk about tiki and tiki hunting. And where can you find this stuff? So, say you're getting into tiki. Say you really like these mugs. Say you find like some of this art that you see, or actual tikis themselves. Well, where do you look to find this stuff, Travis? Where should one go to go tiki hunting?
I will say this: in my life,
yeah,
every day's a tiki hunt.
Every day's a tiki hunt. That is a philosophy that you should all embrace
Every single day. So, if I am out going to the freaking grocery store, or doing my thrift store loop.
Hold on. Let me back up. What do you mean by a thrift store loop?
That means, say in Everett, for example, I've got 2 Goodwills, a Value Village, and a St. Vincent de Paul for the big name thrift stores.
Okay.
It is possible to hit them all in a big circle. Start at one thrift store. I hit all the places in the room.
What departments should you be looking for tiki stuff in?
All departments.
All,
in my opinion.
And when you're talking about these places, you're not talking about antique shops.
I'm not talking about antique shops.
We're not even talking about antique shops.
We haven't even got there yet.
Okay, we haven't even got there. We're talking about the Goodwill, literally.
Literally the Salvation Army.
Literally
Goodwill.
The Salvation Army. Okay.
For me, I walk in the door, and I immediately go through the knickknacks, bric-a-brac, dishes, glasses, flower pots, that sort of stuff. That's the knickknacks and bric-a-brac stuff. That's where you can find your wood-carved items. So you go through there, you start looking through the glassware. I always look through the glassware because that's where you find your Mai Tai glass from, the Waikiki Village.
Wow.
Or Don Ho's show from Honolulu, or something like that. And you go through the flower pots, because that's
The flower pots.
That's where a lot of tiki mugs, where they came home as a souvenir one day, and whoever owned it didn't know what else to do with it except, keep it on a shelf. Well, it gets to the thrift store, and somebody thinks that, something like this made out of ceramic with a design on it couldn't be a drinking vessel. It must be something that someone would put a plant in.
Wow.
I go through the picture frames, looking at, you can find old, typically, little... not on black velvet. It was more like a black painted canvas, but little tropical inspired, usually Asian, but they give a nice aesthetic of, a hut with some palm trees at a sunset with a little fake bamboo frame around it. Wow. Those look great in the tiki bar. Go around to the back. That's where you can find some old tiki torches that you can cut up and source as some cheap bamboo for your own picture frame if you're building something, or
just the bamboo in
just
general.
the bamboo in general.
Wow.
You can use it to use those tiki torches to fill up broken or missing sections of your bamboo bar that you pulled out of the garbage in garbage day one day.
Wow.
It was missing some pieces. Why not? It's bamboo.
That's incredible.
You go through the lamps, looking through to see if there's anything lamp or lampshade wise.
Yeah.
And then I go hit up the Hawaiian shirts. And looking for vintage Aloha shirts. This is a vintage 60s Aloha shirt I got for $1.99.
And what I found even from my tiki traveling is that because you can look for stuff in antique shops.
Oh, absolutely.
But what I found is that in an antique shop, someone acquired it, they know what they have, and of course the price is going to be raised. Where if you're lucky enough to find things in a Goodwill or a Savers or a Value Village, they're just getting rid of it essentially.
Right.
A couple bucks and call it good. So you can actually get some really amazing deals.
You know, we all like to take an entire Saturday and get up early and hit some garage sales.
Speak for yourself. I like sleeping in, folks.
All right. Well, I personally, on a nice day like it was yesterday, I did some garage sailing yesterday, and I hit up a lot of garage sales.
Do you find any tiki stuff garage sale?
Yes, you can.
Wow. Wow.
For me, it's a good deal of it is about the hunt.
Yeah.
And going out many times and coming up empty, but digging in that on your knees in front of a little soppy box at a garage
You
sale,
make a really good point, because anyone could go on eBay and type in tiki statue or whatever.
Oh,
and you could find something and throw down your, $100 or whatever it is, and like, okay, yeah, now you've earned it, and now you bought this thing for $100.
And
but I think there's something more special about just exactly what you said. You're on your knees at the Goodwill store, and all of a sudden you find this piece, and they only want $4 for it. And I'll leave you all with this, and this is my message. This is Tiki with Ray's message to you all. Say if you are into tiki, and say you live somewhere where tiki is big, like the West Coast. Go out and search for this stuff. And if you do see something that's cool and it's a couple bucks, pick it up. Pick it up and keep it. Because you might have a friend who lives in the middle of the country where there isn't much tiki stuff, and you can be like, hey, look, and you want this? $5, I'll send it out to you. Yeah, no problem. This tiki bar that I bought here, a friend of mine who knew that I was into tiki was like, hey, you want this bar? Yes, I do. So, if you see stuff out and about at a Goodwill store or at a Value Village or at a rummage sale, buy it. Because the reality is, if you don't buy it, more than likely that stuff's going to get thrown away.
Yeah.
And I'd rather see this stuff survive on one level or another. If you do see this stuff out and about, pick it up. Because just these are pieces of history. Mm-hmm. These are pieces of history from the mid-century. And once they're gone, they're gone.
And can I tag on to that real quick?
Absolutely.
And pick up what you like.
Yeah.
And more importantly, the more you read about what tiki is, the more you learn about it, the more you find those oceanic art books in the book section of your thrift store. You start reading this stuff, your tastes are going to change.
Absolutely.
You're going to be able to tell the difference between African art and Papua New Guinea art. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be able to know where your mask was made, if it was made by Oceanic Arts or Papua New Guinea or Mexico in 1972 or in the Bahamas in 1985. I mean, you're going to start picking up that stuff.
Yeah.
And you're going to collect some stuff in the beginning, and I guarantee you are going to pass it on the more you learn.
Absolutely.
And send it back to the thrift store for somebody else to find. So, I know I did.
Yeah. And on that note, mahalo, aloha, and all that other crap.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, now we're back from listening to our station identification. We're here with Travis Bay, and we're continuing our conversation about tiki hunting. Where were we, Travis?
We were talking about.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm gonna have more of this.